Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. So in this part, we are gonna complete our single post page. And as of now, we have done a lot of parts on the series tutorial. Now if we visit inside our blog, and if we click any of the single or view any of the single post, click over here. The single blog page looks like this. It's very simple, right? But if you want, you can make it really looking nice and professional. So let me show you how you can make this a nice looking single blog page. You can navigate from here, edit sites. If you want to edit this blog or single blog page, you can directly navigate from here, or you can simply navigate to dashboard, go to appearance and editor. So I'm going to show you how to use from editor again, and from here click on templates and scroll down. You can see here in our last part I have shared with you how to create a search result page, and now it's time how to create our single post page, which is single blog page. Now when I click over here, it's displaying the default one that is displaying here. So you can see it looks like this. Now we're gonna recreate this page, recreate this blog, and I have some design in my mind. I haven't designed these layouts in Figma, so let me show you what I'm gonna add here. So first of all, I will keep this older part here and start making at the top so that you can understand why I keep them here. And because we have to take some information from this below part, or you can simply understand what kind of information is the basic information or necessary while creating a single blog page. So let's add first cover. The cover will help us to display dynamic featured image. Now select use featured image. It will display the featured image as a background image on this area. And now let's take a look at here. There is some gap between the header and the cover. When I select cover and go to the styles tab, I can easily reduce the margin to 0 or none, and you can see the gap has been reduced also. Now inside this right title area, I can click on this plus icon, and when you navigate to the blocks area, you can see there is like text, media, design and widgets. If you scroll down further, you can see theme, which is really important part when you are working with templates, when you are working with archives, or when you are working with any kind of custom post types or custom templates. It will help you to display dynamic data inside your website. Now let me show you what I'm going to display here. I'm going to display the title here, and the title will update dynamically. To do so, you can see under the themes tab, here is the title. Let's drag and drop it here. Okay, so you can simply click over here and it will add here. Instead drag and drop, because this is a cover block, and when I drag and drop, it looks like this. Feels like an image, but it's not an image, it's a block. Now let's remove this title here, and I just keep the title, which is only the dynamic part, and change this to the H1. Now if I save and view the page, you can see here it looks like this. The same title is displaying here, but the image looks blurry because the image that we are using is not high quality image. Because as you remember, we have added post, which is using a dummy content plugin. And if I go to all post here, let's say this image is this post title is this one. So open this post and take a look at here. The image itself is very small, which is 400 by 400, and this is not a good format for displaying over the background or single post cover area. Now what I'm going to do, for an example, I'm gonna add a high quality image so that you can understand how it looks like, and also at the same time you will have some better experience. Let's download this cute puppy here. 1920 and 1280 is the perfect size for full HD image or high quality image when you are using as a background image. It could be sections, page header or hero area, but the image size is 354 pixel, which is another issue. And when you're using a bigger image size, it's a good practice to optimize them. So I'm not going to show you all of them, but I'm going to show you how to optimize them. There are lots of plugins, but it's a good practice to, instead using plugins, before uploading any image, optimize them manually. So I just drag and drop the image here and click on or hover over on file and hover over on export as, then select WebP. And you can see when I reduce the quality, it's like you have to understand, or you have to reduce the quality until it looks blurry, or it dropped the quality. If I add 0, you can see it drops the quality. Let's make it 47, and if I increase to 80, so as far as I can see, there is no difference between the 50 and 80, and at the same time it looks okay to me. So as you can see, the image size is 203 kilobytes. Now when we downloaded that image, it was 354. So that's huge, right? Now let's save. You can also reduce a little bit by adjusting the image size also. Now let's go back to the post area, upload the image here, and type here alternative text. So I'm just adding here image, click save. Now if I reload this page, it looks much better, right? Now let's fix the color and other styles here. When I select the cover, I can change the overlay to black and make it a little bit opacity, reduce the opacity here, and now it looks like this. So I can add some additional information here. Let's add them. Let's change the color, and when I select the cover here, you can see the cover, the heading is displaying like 645 pixel wide, but it should be 1340 pixel. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm going to add group inside the cover. I want to use this group because I need to display some additional information inside the page header. Now let's make the group from here wide width, and when I add wide width, you can see the inner blocks use content width. That means you can see the content width starts from here and ended up here. So I want the inner content width to start from on the left side of the edge of this group and display to the end of this group area. And enable that features, you have to disable these features from here. Now as you can see, it's displaying perfectly. Now the result would be, if I drag and drop it here, the title, it will display from left to right, which is 1340 pixel. Now when I select the group again, and if I wanted to activate this one, it will display looks like this. So I have seen many of you confused regarding this container width or group width and inner content width. So it's very important to understand how the inner blocks use content width and when we have to activate or deactivate that features. Now click save changes and reload. So it looks like this. I'm taking time also to explain how things work here. So if I want, I could display very quickly using a template, but I just wanted you to learn and understand how those things work here. Now let's add author. You can add author name, and you can also add author biography, and besides that you can also add additional information. Now let's add date. So I have added post date. The post date formats is different here. Let's change the color to white color, and the author name color should be white. And as you can see, that post name size and the author name size is not similar. Let's make it 18 pixel. I think it was 17 pixel or maybe 16. Now select the author and date and change it to the row, because I would like to display them side by side. And at the same time, I would like to display here before a pipe, which will display like a separator, and select the separator and change the color to white and select row again. Add them to justify item center to display them center, and select the styles tab again. Scroll down, reduce the block spacing, click save, and now view to page. So as you can see, the author is Riad and the date or the post published date is displaying here. Now there are lots of other information you can display here. If I scroll down, you can see there is additional information. Those are related to the theme. So let's say there is an author, there is a post excerpt you can display here, and there is also categories. Let's say you want to display the category also that is related to this post, and the modified date. Let's say the post published date was 2019 and you updated it 24, then it will display the update date. So we have added the hero area or the page header. Now let's remove the other part from here, or you can keep this part again and add another group at the top and remove the inner content from here. And as you can see, when I remove the inner content directly from the single group, it will display from left and right, which is not good. Now I have to keep the inner content here, or you can remove it, whatever you want. Let me show you the difference here. So I have added another group here inside this group, and if I disable the inner content, it also removed the whole area, which is displaying the full width area here. Now select the parent group, activate the inner content, and it looks like this. So you can see here, when I activate the inner content area, it looks like this, but there is another way to fix this issue. Select the group and the inner content should be activated, and then the child group you have selected here would be wide width. So you have to use wide width here, and it's very important to understand this exactly how it works. Or instead using group, you can use here a column as well, and I'm using column right now here. This video will take a little bit longer time than the previous one, but I would like to request you, if you complete this part, then you will have some good knowledge about Gutenberg single post template. Now let's add the content block. If I click over here, I could search there, but let me show you. You can simply drag this content to display the post content here, and on the right hand side, if you take a look at here, there is some template that has been created by default when we install the 2025 WordPress theme, and inside the sidebar, I'm gonna drag the sidebar and drop it here. You could create a lot of sidebar or additional sidebar here as per your requirements. So if I add before, add a search bar here, and let's remove the border radius to 0 or 10. At the same time, let's change the button to only button here. Well, okay, so now you can see here there is a content, and inside the content I would like to add comments. So when I type here comments, you can see here there is a default comments styles that is displaying here. Let's change it to the H4, and the other fields are displaying here. And before comments, let's see if we can display them below this container area. Okay, so I have added the comments below the container area, but the comments area looks like full width. I do not want to display full width. I want to make it wide width here. Let's add a group again, and inside this, this is the wide width here. Let's drag the comments and place inside the, it looks like this. And below this post or below this content, add next post, add arrow icon here, and add previous post. and add arrow icon here and select this post next and previous together and make them as a row. Add some space between them, and also on the above add spacer. So if you want, you can also now you can add related post or similar post like it has been added here with the inside our previous content area, which is more post. So as of now I do not want to use that. Let's remove that part from here. It's not necessary. And before the footer, I'd like to add a call to action. So let's type CTA. And that's it. And this is how it looks like. Let's save and reload this page. So our post page or single post page looks like this. If you want, you can drag this comments area here inside this content area. And you can add featured image or any kind of information like excerpt, read more here inside the sidebar. You can make the sidebar a background color. A lot of things that you can apply here. Let's add background color. Okay, go to more lighter one. Add some padding. And change the column width to 60 here and make it 40 or 30 would be fine. And reload this page. It looks like this. You can keep these comments options here under this area. The next and the previous post is not displaying. I don't know why. Maybe it will work inside only the loop builder. So it looks like this now. If I copy and open incognito window, it will display the full form here for the comments. The next and the previous one should display. I don't know why it's not working. So that's it for the single post page, and I would like to request you give it a try and apply different kind of layouts. And also you can copy any design from any websites for single post page, and literally you can create any kind of styles using Gutenberg. Let's say for an example, if I navigate to a popular website WP Beginner, and if I wanted to visit their blog, let's say I want to visit this one, and you can see you can create exactly similar layouts. You can create a sidebar with 2 columns, and you can make a group for each of them. You can add padding, you can add a background color, border radius, social share icons, and everything you can add here easily. Like the exactly similar layouts you can create. You can create a page header, looks like this instead the cover that we did inside our single post page. So that's all for this tutorial. If you have any other questions, please feel free to ask me. Have a good day. Bye.